if you want, you can switch on your camera, but keep your microphones off. Like, see, okay, who is this? Surender Gupta, like, you are from TISA? Surender Gupta? Yeah, so I think that maybe I can. Yeah. Oh, Sulekha ji, right? ओ अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है सुलेखा जी। हाँ मतलब आपका नाम चेंज मतलब चेंज हो गया ना।
उनके नाम से वो भी मुझे नहीं,
ठीक
उनके
है
आईडी
ठीक
से मतलब।
ठीक है थैंक यू मतलब ज्वाइन करने के लिए। ठीक है। Yeah, so now like I have 8 people. So maybe now I can start. So before beginning, I want, well, let me check that's the recording is on or not. Yeah. So before beginning, I want to introduce myself, and yeah, so I think that all of you know who I am. So my name is Madhurima Banerjee, and um, I am working as a volunteer from the TISA group. TISA stands for the Indian Stammering Association, and they are organizing a TOPG course where they give code task every day. And this is today I will be doing my code task 11, where I have to tell a story to an audience. So that's it. And after I complete telling my story, you people have to give a feedback, okay? That on feedback on how I presented the story, and like how much I stammered, and when like I uh, stammered, did you have any problem understanding me? Yeah, so like, is that okay with all of you? And yeah, so like, if you can please switch on your cameras, because I need to see your expressions. Okay, so today I am going to tell a story by Anton Chekhov. The name of the story is A Happy Man. Yeah. So this book, uh, uh, Tomali actually gifted me this book on my birthday. Thank you, Tomali. Yeah, so let's begin the story, A Happy Man. the passenger train is just starting from Bologe, the junction on the Pittsburgh-Moscow line. In a second-class smoking compartment, 5 passengers sit dozing, shrouded in the twilight of the carriage. They had just had a meal and now, snugly, um, ensconced in their seats, they are trying to go to sleep. The door opens and in there walks a tall, lanky figure, straight as a poker, with a colored hat and a smart overcoat, wonderfully suggestive of a journalist in Jules Verne or on the comic stage. The figure stands still in the middle of the compartment for a long while, breathing heavily, screwing up his eyes and peering at the seats. No, wrong again, the man mutters. What the deuce? This is positively revolting. No, the wrong one again. One of the passengers stares at the figure and utters a shout of joy. Ivan Alexeyevich, what brings you here? Uh, that is you? The poker-like gentleman stares blankly at the passenger and recognizing him, claps his hand in with delight. So, ha, Pyotr Petrovich, he says. How many summers, how many winters? Well, I didn't know that you were on this train. How are you getting on? I am all right. The only thing is, my dear fella, like I have lost my compartment and I simply can't find it. What an idiot I am. I ought to be thrashed. The poker-like gentleman sways a little unsteadily and sniggers. Queer things do happen, that man continues. I stepped out just after the second bell to get a glass of brandy. I got it, of course. Well, I thought since it's a long way to the next station, it would be as well to have a second glass. While I was thinking about it and drinking it, the third bell rang. I ran like a madman and jumped into the first carriage. I am an idiot. I am the son of a hen. But you seem in very good spirits, observes Pyotr Petrovich. Come and sit down. There is a room and a welcome. No, 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 no. I am off to look for my carriage. Goodbye. See, you will fall between the carriages in the dark if you don't look out. Sit down, and when we get to a station, you will find your own compartment. Sit down. Ivan Alexeyevich heaps a sigh and irresolutely sits down facing Patra Petrovich. He is visibly excited and fidgets as though he were sitting on thorns. Where are you traveling? Patra Petrovich inquires. I. Into the space. There is such a turmoil in my head that I couldn't tell where I am going myself. I go where fate takes me. Ha ha. My dear fellow, have you ever seen a happy fool? No. Well then, take a look at one. You behold the happiest of mortals. Yes. Don't you see something from my face? Well, one can see you are a teeny bit, so. I dare say I look awfully stupid just now. So it's a pity I haven't a looking glass. I should like to look at my counting house, my dear fellow. I feel that I am turning into an idiot. Honor bright, ha ha. Would you believe it? I am on my honeymoon. Am I not the son of a hen? You? Do you mean to say that you are married? Today, my dear boy, today we came away straight after the wedding. Congratulations! And the usual questions follow. Well, you are a fellow. Loves Patra Petrovich. That's why you are rigged out such a dandy. Yes, indeed. To complete the illusion, I have even sprinkled myself with scent. I am over my years in vanity. No care, no thought, nothing but a sensation of something or other. Deuce knows what to call it. Beatitude or something? I have never felt so grand in my life. Ivan Alexeyevich shuts his eyes and waggles his head. I am revolting happy, he says. Just think in a minute. I shall go to my compartment there on the seat near the window, sitting a being who is, so to say, devoted to you with her whole being. A little blonde with a little nose, little fingers, my little darling, my angel, my little puppet, Philocera of my soul, and her little foot, good God. A little foot, not like our beetle crushes, but something miniature, fairy-like, allegorical. You are a materialistic, of course. You begin analyzing at once and one thing and another. You are cold-hearted bachelor. That's what you are. When you get married, you will think of me. Where is Ivan Alexeyevich now? You will say, yes. So, in a minute, I am going to my compartment. There she is waiting for me with impatience, in joyful anticipation of my appearance. She will have a smile to greet me. I sit down beside her and take her chin with my two fingers. Ivan Alexeyevich waggles his head and goes off into a chuckle of delight. Okay, so before proceeding further, okay, so I would like to ask that whether you people can understand this story, the plot of the story. Anyone?
No, I don't understand. I had some idea at the first, but I lost it. I don't know if it's because of my lack of my concentration or something like that, but I understand the plot.
Okay, so other people, Kamali.
Yeah, actually, I also couldn't understand it full. I mean, uh, can be due to lack of concentration actually. Because hearing stories so rare nowadays, na? So that's also a problem, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, Shipra.
In the beginning, it was, but as the story progressed, I lost it. Yes, I would say something. If I remember it correctly, you stammered like twice or thrice, but as the
Okay,
story
okay.
progressed,
Well.
yeah, you,
Yeah.
I
So
just
that's
wanted
at the end.
to,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Continue.
but I really found it very nice when you said, son of a hen. I really felt very, it was very amusing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was funny, so it struck like
Okay.
once.
So
But
that's fine.
the whole story is quite
You
long and
totally carried very nicely. That,
Okay.
it's lack of means my concentration that I lost it, but you really carried it very well so far. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay. Yeah. So till now, like I will like to summarize that a man comes into a compartment and there he finds his long lost friend and they um, start chatting, and the man was so happy because of his marriage. The man is actually on his way to honeymoon, and he lost the compartment where his wife was. And so he is telling his friend that he has to go fast and find his small darling, who is waiting for him so impatiently. So this is the summary of the thing till now. Okay, so next I will
Okay, I
continue.
have to say I did not have any idea that this storyline was going on. So yeah, it's okay. Okay, continue.
Okay, so fine. So then I lay my noddle on her shoulder and put my arm round her waist, around all in silence, poetic twilight. I could embrace the whole world at such a moment. Patra Petrovich, allow me to embrace you. Delighted, I'm sure. The two friends embrace while the passengers laugh in chorus and the happy bridegroom continues. So, to complete the idiocy, and as the novelists say, to complete the illusion, once One goes to the refreshment room and tosses off 2 or 3 glasses, and then something happens in your head and your heart. Fine. Finer than you can read of in a fairy tale. I'm a man of no importance, but I feel as though I were limitless. I embrace the whole world. The passenger looking at the tipsy and blissful bridegroom are infected by his cheerfulness and no longer feel sleepy. Instead of one listener, now he has an audience of 5. He wriggles and splutters, gesticulates and prattles on without ceasing. He laughs and they all laugh. 1 second. 1 second, please. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, so a gentleman, don't think too much. Damn all this analysis. If you want a drink, drink. No need to philosophize as to whether it's bad for you or not. Damn all this philosophy and psychology. The guard walks through the compartment. My dear fellow, the bridegroom addresses him. When you pass through the carriage, number 209, look out for a lady in a grey hat with a white bard and tell her that I am here. Yes, sir. Only there isn't a number 209 in this train. There is 219. Well, 219? Then it's all the same. Tell that lady, tell that her husband is all right. Ivan Alexeyevich is suddenly clutches his head and groans. Husband, lady, all in a minute. Husband, haha. I am a puppy that needs thrashing, and here I am a husband? Ah, idiot. But think of her. Yesterday she was a little girl, a midget. This is simply incredible. Nowadays it really seems strange to see a happy man, observes one of the passengers. One as soon expects to see a white elephant. Yes, and whose fault is this? Says Ivan Alexeyevich, stretching his long legs and thrusting out his feet with their very pointed toes. Like, if you are not happy, it's your own fault. Yes, what else do you suppose it is? Man is the creator of his own happiness. If you want to be happy, you will be, but you don't want to be. You obstinately turn away from happiness. Why? What next? How do you make that out? Very simply, nature has ordained that at a certain stage in his life, man should love. When the time comes, you should love like a house on fire. But you won't heed the dictates of nature. You keep waiting for something. What's more, it's laid down by law the normal man should enter upon matrimony. There is no happiness without marriage. When the propitious movement has come, get married. There is no use in shilly-shallying. But you don't get married. You keep waiting for something. Then the scriptures you want to feel better still. Then go to the refreshment bar. Then the scriptures tell us that wine maketh glad the heart of man. If you feel happy and you want to feel better still, then go to the refreshment bar and have a drink. The great thing is not to be too clever, but to follow the beaten track. The beaten track is a grand thing. You say that man is the creator of his own happiness. How the devil is he the creator of it when a toothache or an ill-natured mother-in-law is enough to scatter his happiness to the wings. Everything depends on chance. If we had an accident at this moment, you had sing a different tune. Stuff and nonsense, retorts the bridegroom. Railway accidents happen once a year. I am not afraid of an accident, but for there is no reason for one. Accidents are exceptional. Confound them. I don't want to talk of them, but I believe we are stopping at a station. Where are you going now? Asks Patria Petrovich. To Moscow or somewhere farther south. Why? Bless you. How could I go somewhere farther south when I am on my way to the north? But Moscow is in the north, is in the south. I know that, but we are on our way to Pittsburgh, says Ivan Alexeyevich. We are going to Moscow. Mercy on us. To Moscow? What do you mean? Says the bridegroom in amazement. It's queer. For what station did you take your ticket? For Pittsburgh. In that case, I congratulate you. You have got into the wrong train. So, there follows a minute of silence. The bridegroom gets up and looks blankly round the company. Yes, Patria Petrovich explains. You must have jumped into the wrong train at Bologna. After your glass of brandy, you succeeded in getting into the down train. Ivan Alexeyevich turns pale, clutches his head, and begins pacing rapidly about the carriage. Ach, idiot, that I am, he says in indignation. Scoundrel, the devil devour me. Whatever I am to do now? Why, my wife is in that train. She is all there alone, expecting me, consumed by anxiety. Ach, I am such a motley fool. The bridegroom falls on the seat and writes as though someone had trodden on his corns. I am unhappy man, he moans. What am I to do? What am I to do? There. The passengers try to console him. It's all right. You must telegraph to your wife and try to change into the Pittsburgh Express. In that way, you will overtake her. The Pittsburgh Express, weaves the bridegroom, the creator of its own happiness. And how am I to get a ticket for the Pittsburgh train? All my money is with my wife. The passengers, laughing and whispering together, make a collection and furnish the happy man with funds. Okay, so that's the end of the story. And like, as you people didn't get the flow of the story, so this man,
No,
yeah,
actually, the second part was quite clear. Actually, the first part I missed due to lack of my concentration. It has nothing to do with you. I mean, the second part is quite clear. I now actually understand the story. So yeah, and I think you stammered really very very less. I mean, very few times. I mean, it was just like 5 to 6 times, I guess, whole as a whole. So, yeah. It can happen with us also. So there's nothing. Yeah, I mean, so it's just okay. For me, the second part is really clear, and now I think I can tell the story to others also. I mean, the summary I can tell to others.
yeah, this was a very funny one. So I chose this one actually. This man was so happy, like after taking a uh, glass of brandy, he climbed onto a different train and he thought that maybe he's in the same train, and at the end of the story we get to know that he's in a completely different train, and all his money is with his wife. So now he couldn't even telegraph his wife that he is on a different train, and he will buy a ticket. So that was a really funny story, and you may notice that I laughed in between telling the story. Yeah. So now it's feedback time. So who will start? Devoshmita, you will start?
Yeah, so I have two things to say. The first one is that where the points, the time where you took pauses, where like when you realize that when you stared at us, when you looked at us, there you felt something in your mind and then you stammered. But if you just kept on reading why without looking at us, I don't think there would have, I mean, there will be any pauses like that. So yeah, I think having an audience affected you. And the second thing is there were some hard na. There were some tough words which I didn't understand, and when you tried to read them, there were some pauses. So it's not like a huge problem, I thought. And also you, I think the story needed a lot more expression. So yeah, I think you will read it better the next time. So yeah, that's my point.
Definitely. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so the first point you said that see that whenever like I had a blockage, I paused. Like it's not that when I look at you, I paused and it like whenever I had a blockage, I paused and looked at you and saw your facial expressions. And so this is what Sachin sir told us to do. Like uh, when you will feel that you are going to have a blockage, take a pause and look at the audience, try to decipher their thoughts and take some time and then continue. and and the next question, like about having expressions, will I practice this thing, trying to give expressions, but when I am telling it here, like those parts become blank, that what to give at what point of time I just forgot. So that's it, and thank you for your feedback. Okay, so next, who? Anyone volunteer? Niladri.
Hey, I feel you did quite good, right? Okay, so the blockages were quite like taken at the right time. Also, the story was difficult at times when you started. Then you summarized it quite well, and after you summarized, I think you got the whole plot, and it was quite easy to understand. Also, like it is quite like natural to take the blockage or take the pause. So I feel it's quite good. So keep doing it, and you will surely improve.
Thank you, Niladri, for joining me, for joining this event. Yeah, so
It's my whole pleasure.
thank you. So next, Kuntol.
Okay, I think I think that there are 2 points. You have said that when you have blockage and when you see us, then you have stammer. But I have another thing I have noticed that when you explain that story to us, then you didn't have stammer. That is one point. And one thing that always happens to us when we are performing some kind of art, anything, any performing art, when you uh, are concentrating on that, then it is okay. But when you lose your concentration, then you have that space of blockage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that too. When you were telling us the summary, you sounded quite confident, and that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
আর যখন আচ্ছা
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, বল বল বল, বাংলায় বল, অসুবিধা নেই,
হ্যাঁ
বাংলায় বল।
যখন তুই মানে ওই আর কি any kind of when you are performing any kind of performing art, then if you lose your concentration, then there is a tendency of coming blockages and all those things. um, this is one point, and another thing is that uh, the story is quite difficult for us to understand because you pauses in different places where you shouldn't.
Yeah, well, I paused at places where I felt that maybe this place I will have a blockage. So I took a pause and then started again.
Yeah, I can understand that, but that is another thing because we have difficult to understand your story. So maybe I thought that this is one reason that it is difficult for us. Okay, right about me.
Okay. So Chandan,
Yeah, ওই
মানসী, তুই জাস্ট মানে একটুখানির জন্য ওয়েট কর, হ্যাঁ? ওই চন্দন ট্রেন থেকে নেমে যাবে, ওকে জিজ্ঞেস করি। চন্দন, চন্দন,
রে বল, লজ্জা পেয়ে গেছে।
এই শোন শোন, বলছি মানে এ হচ্ছে, ঠিক আছে? এটা কিন্তু ঠিক আছে, রেকর্ডেড হচ্ছে। ডোন্ট ডু এনি চাবলামি। ওকে ওকে, yeah, so মানসী, কন্টিনিউ। মানসী, বল। মানসী,
yeah, yeah.
বল বল।
Your story topic is too good,
থ্যাংক ইউ।
and you are speak very clearly and smoothly.
থ্যাংক ইউ।
Uh, yeah, there is no problem. Actually, there is uh, some problem in your speech, but not lot of. I think when you conscious about your stammering problem, then your problem is increased by your yeah, like that.
বাংলাতে বলতে পারিস ক্লিয়ারলি, তাহলে আমি বুঝতে পারবো তোর ফিডব্যাকটা কি।
Um, আমি বলছি যে যখন তুই কনসিয়াস হয়ে যাচ্ছিস ব্যাপারটা নিয়ে, তখন প্রবলেমটা আমার মনে হয় বেশি হচ্ছে।
হুম, দ্যাটস ট্রু। হ্যাঁ, সেটা ঠিকই। আচ্ছা।
Yeah, and also I have another thing to say, that when you were putting an expression, when we could see that you were putting extra effort there some at some places. You were not stammering, and you sounded confident, and so yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
ইয়া মানে আমি বলছিলাম না যে মানে আমি আজকে প্র্যাকটিস
If you
করছিলাম এক্সপ্রেশন দিয়ে দিয়ে,
yes,
কিন্তু
I
এখানে
think
এসে
if you have a prepared speech, there you have a lot less difficulties.
মেবি ওকে সো
Maybe, and there is another point also that I have said, that when you explain that story, you didn't stammer. So maybe the confidence matters.
মেবি Sachin sir actually tells us one thing that स्टैमर भी करना है अगर तो भी वो प्यार से करो, मतलब हकलाओ भी प्यार से, ये बोलते हैं हमें सचिन सर, एंड दिस इज अ थिंग आई लाइक द मोस्ट, but I can't do it till now, but maybe someday later I will master it. So that's it. So
There are a lot of problems with us also, and we,
Yeah, we are stammering. You can see that because
yeah,
speaking in a different language is tough.
okay,
yeah.
Yeah, but your problem is different than us, of course.
yeah, we all take
From now on,
pauses in between,
Yes,
be it a
yes.
normal person or a stammerer. Okay, Tamali, ball.
হ্যাঁ আমি বলছি যে এরপর থেকে যখন কোনো ব্লকেজ আসবে তো তুই স্ক্রিনের দিকে তাকিয়ে মানে ক্যামেরার দিকে তাকিয়ে শুধু মানে যেটা তোকে সচিন স্যার বলেছেন তুই বলছিস, তো যখন কোনো ব্লকেজ আসবে একটু হেসে দিবি তাহলেই ম্যানেজ হয়ে যাবে।
হ্যাঁ আমি চেষ্টা করছিলাম আজকে
তো
ওটা
লোকে
করার।
তারপর হাসিটাই মনে রাখবে।
হ্যাঁ আমি ওটাই চেষ্টা করছিলাম আজকে করার, যে কোনো একটা আটকাচ্ছে তখনই আমি দেখছিলাম ক্যামেরার দিকে তোদের সবাইকে, বাট আমি জানি না আমি কতটা হাসতে
অ্যাকচুয়ালি
পেরেছি।
আমি একটা জিনিস বলতে চাই, সেটা হচ্ছে যে আমাদের মধ্যেও অনেক রকম ইয়ে আছে, মানে অনেক রকম প্রবলেম আছে, ব্লকেজ আছে, যেগুলো হয় আস্তে আস্তে, কিন্তু সেগুলোর সঙ্গে থাকতে থাকতে আমরা একরকম কি বলবো, আহ,
আসলে
অভ্যস্ত হয়ে
বলাটা
যাই।
একটা ডিফারেন্ট কাইন্ড অফ মানে সেটা একদম একটা আলাদা রকমের আর্ট ফর্ম, যেটা কুন্তল বললো একটু আগে। তো সেটা একটা আলাদা অ্যাংজাইটি, মানে গল্প বলাটা ইটসেলফ একটা এমনি প্রেশার। তো সেটাও
হ্যাঁ
তো মাথায় রাখতে হবে, তাই না? মানে জাস্ট
হ্যাঁ,
কথা
সেটাই,
বলা তো
সেটাও একটা ফ্যাক্টর।
সেই জন্য। আর যেহেতু তোকে 5 বছর চিনি, 5 বছর না 6 বছর চিনি, 6 বছর হতে চললো, তো মানে প্রথম প্রথম যেরকম ছিল বিষয়টা তার থেকে এখন অনেক ইমপ্রুভ, মানে অনেক অনেক বেটার, অনেক কিছু। মানে আমি জানি না, আগে মাঝে মাঝে ফোনে কথা বলতে গেলেও যেরকম আটকে যেত, এখন তো তার তুলনায়
আমি
অনেক অনেক
আমি
বেটার।
একটা কথা বলবো, আমি ভাবছিলাম আমি এটা বলবো কিনা, বাট তমালি যেহেতু এটা বললো আমি এটা বলছি। ওহো, এক সেকেন্ড।
what happened? ওকে, হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ তার কারণ হচ্ছে আমি ফোনে কথা বলা মানে কনস্ট্যান্টলি সবার সাথে এই টাইম, মানে আমার প্রথম দিকে আমি প্রচুর মিউট করা আছে, শিপ্রা মিউট করা আছে।
ও আচ্ছা, হ্যাঁ আমি যেটা মানে আমি ভাবছিলাম আমি বলবো কিনা। যাই হোক, আমি মানে আমি কি বলি, আহ আমার তুই যখন স্টোরিটা শুরু করলি না, বা তুই যখন প্রোগ্রেস করছিলিস, ঠিক আছে, তো আমার মনে হচ্ছিল যে দ্যাট ইটস কমপ্লিটলি, এটা আমার একদম একটা ব্যাপার যে আই কেপ্ট জোনিং আউট ফ্রম টাইম টু টাইম, বাট দেয়ার ওয়ার প্লেসেস দ্যাট ওয়ার রিয়েলি ইমপ্রেসিভ বিকজ অফ ইয়োর এক্সপ্রেশন। তো দোজ প্লেসেস ওয়ার রিয়েলি গুড। মানে আমার বারবার এটাই মনে হচ্ছিল যে আমি তো ভাবতেই পারছি না যে মধুরিমা এত সুন্দরভাবে ন্যারেট করছে, মানে ইনফ্যাক্ট দ্যাট প্লেসেস আই ফাউন্ড মাইসেলফ স্মাইলিং, যে আমি ভাবতেই পারছি না, মানে এত সুন্দরভাবে ন্যারেট করছে সেটা আমি মানে এক্সপ্রেশনস গুলো দিয়ে। কারণ আমিও তোকে 7 বছর চিনি, এবং তোর কথার মধ্যে মাঝে মাঝে পজেস আসে, এটা একদমই
8
ঠিক।
বছর
তো
ঠিক আছে, বল বল বল, কন্টিনিউ কন্টিনিউ, মিউট হয়ে গেছে, মিউট হয়ে গেছে, কন্টিনিউ। হ্যাঁ কথার মধ্যে মাঝে মাঝে পজেস আছে, তারপর
হ্যাঁ, আমি তোকে তোকে 7-8 বছর চিনি, তো পজেস আসে। তো আমি ভাবছিলাম যে এই স্টোরিটা মানে হয়তো এক্সপেক্টেড না, মানে আহ, কিন্তু সত্যি খুব সুন্দর লাগলো শুনতে। স্পেশালি আমি তোকে বললাম না, আগেও আমি একবার বললাম যে সান অফ আ হেনরি যখন বলছিস, প্লাস আরো অনেক কিছু, স্পেশালি ওই ব্র্যান্ডির জায়গাটা, ওখানটা কিন্তু যারা শুনবে মানে নট লাইক মি যে জোন আউট করবে, মানে একদম প্রপারলি শুনবে, তারা কিন্তু সত্যি সেখানে দে উইল বি বাউন্ড টু গিভ আ স্মাইল, মানে দে উইল হ্যাভ আ স্মাইল অন দেয়ার ফেস, মানে সেই রকমই ছিল। মানে ইউ ক্যান মেক অ্যান ইম্প্যাক্ট অন দি অডিয়েন্স, এটা একদম সত্যি কথা। এটা
থ্যাংক ইউ।
সত্যি মানে আমার খুবই ভালো লেগেছে।
আর একটা বিষয়, আমরা জোন আউট করতাম না হয়তো যদি এটা মানে অফলাইন হতো। অ্যাকচুয়ালি তুই যদি জাস্ট সামনে বসে বলতিস, তাহলে হয়তো প্রথমে যে আমরা সবাই জোন আউট করে গেছিলাম সেটা হতো না। অ্যাকচুয়ালি অনলাইনে মানে একটু ডিস্ট্র্যাক্টিং বেশি হয় না, সমস্ত কিছু যেহেতু মানে সামনে হচ্ছে না, তাই জন্য। অ্যাকচুয়ালি তোর যেটা করা ছিল, মানে তোর যে পার্টটা ছিল,
জোন আউট
তুই
করার অনেক
কোয়াইট
রিজনস আছে, জোন আউট করার অনেক রিজনস আছে। এই ফোনে হয়তো কেউ কোনো হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে মেসেজ করছে, সেটাকে সরাচ্ছি বা এই ধরনের অনেক কিছু আর কি।
হ্যাঁ, তো আমালে কি বলছিলিস বল।
আমি এটাই বললাম যে তোর যে পার্টটুকুন ছিল, মানে তোর যে এটুকু কর্তব্য ছিল করার মতন, ইউ ডিড ইট কোয়াইট ওয়েল। মানে আমরা প্রথম দিকে জোন আউট করার প্রবলেমটা হতো না যদি এরকম অনলাইন না হতো। মানে হয়তো এত পরিমাণে
আমার মনে
সবাই
হয় আমার মনে হয় যে মানে আমার যেটা মনে হচ্ছিল যে আহ, তুই কিছু কিছু জায়গায় পজ নিয়েছিস, যেগুলো মানে যেগুলো স্যার বলেছে, সচিন স্যার বলেছে যে যখনই তুই স্ট্যামার্ট করবি তখন পজ নিতে। কিন্তু ধর যদি এটা বাংলা হতো তাহলে যেটা হতো যে তুই একটা কিছু বললি, সেইটা আমরা ধরে রাখতে পারতাম। কিন্তু যেহেতু এটা ইংরেজি, মানে কমপ্লিটলি ডিফারেন্ট ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ, তো তুই যখনই কিছু বললি, বলে যেই পজ নিলি নিয়ে বাকিটা কমপ্লিট করলি, তখন আমরা আগেরটাই হারিয়ে ফেলছিলাম
হুম 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 বুঝতে পারছি।
যে
আসলে
কি বলছিলি।
বাংলাতে আমি বলতে
পুরো
পারতাম, ঠিক আছে, মানে আমার বাংলাতে না
হ্যাঁ,
মানে ওই মানে প্রবলেমটা খুব একটা হয় না, ঠিক আছে। আমি তাই জন্য চ্যালেঞ্জটা নেওয়ার জন্য মানে আমি ইংলিশে বলেছি। আমি বাংলাতে বললে আমার খুব একটা বেশি প্রবলেম হয় না, সেটা গল্প পড়াতেই হোক বা যেটাতেই হোক, কিন্তু মানে আমার ইংলিশে তখন মানে একটা মানে আমার কাছে খুব ভয় লাগে। আর তাই জন্যই আমি মানে ইংলিশ চুজ করেছি, কারণ একটা চ্যালেঞ্জ
কিন্তু
হবে
ইংলিশে
তাই।
কিন্তু আমাদেরও একটা চ্যালেঞ্জ থাকে যে যেহেতু
না,
ডিফারেন্ট
বাংলাতে
ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ।
যদি তোর না হয় প্রবলেম, তাহলে সেটা কিন্তু বিশাল ইমপ্রুভমেন্ট, কারণ
হ্যাঁ,
মানে
হ্যাঁ,
আমি যতদিন তোকে চিনি তোর আগে
ট্রু।
প্রবলেম হতো এটাতেও। তো সেটা যদি না হয় তো সেটা খুব ভালো তাহলে,
ঠিক আছে, আমি
এখন
পরে
যদি
একদিন
সেটা কমে
বাংলাতে
যায়।
বলার চেষ্টা করব।
বলেছে বলে তারপরে আমি
ইউ ক্যান
জানতে
জয়েন
পারলাম।
টু। কি মানসী?
হ্যাঁ,
বলছি যে আমি তো বুঝতেই পারিনি তোর সাথে কোনোদিনও কথা বলে যে তোর এই প্রবলেমটা আছে, তুই বলার পর বুঝতে পারলাম। তার মানে
হ্যাঁ
ভাব,
মানে, হ্যাঁ মানে
প্রবলেম।
তার কারণ আমি চুপ থাকতাম হাফ অফ দ্য টাইম।
না না, তুই আমার সাথে যতটাই কথা বলেছিস, ফোনে বল সামনাসামনি বল, মানে অনেকক্ষণই কথা হয়েছে, তার মধ্যে আমি একবারও বুঝতে পারিনি যে প্রবলেমটা আছে তো।
আর আমি বলছি আমি নেক্সট টাইম মানে আমি বাংলায় চেষ্টা করব। সো ইউ পিপল তোদেরকে জয়েন করতে হবে। সো দ্যাটস ইট। এবার আমি অনুবি, শিপ্রা তো বোধহয় বলে দিয়েছিস তো ফিডব্যাক। অনুবি, অনুবি
হ্যাঁ।
ক্যামেরা অন করো। হাই, হাউ
ওকে।
ওয়াজ ইট?
আমার যেটা মনে হয়েছে সেটা হচ্ছে যে তুই যেমন বলছিস,
ইংলিশে
বলতে
বল,
বলতে
ইংলিশে
সময়
বল,
সময় ভিতরে ঢুকে
কারণ
যাচ্ছিস। ওকে, when you are narrating the story, okay, uh, when you are as you are uh, going into the depth, okay, you are immersing into it, you don't have the problem. Suddenly you realize, yeah, I am narrating into some people, and then you have the problem. Then you take a block, a pause, okay. Then you again start, again within time you get immersed. You don't have any problem. You are speaking very fluently, smoother than me, okay. And then you suddenly again realize, yes, there are people listening, I'm saying, and then again you have the problem. And particularly when you are saying some difficult words like indignation, you just, uh, in the process of realizing that, yes, this is a tough word, that that thing, again comes back. Okay. So a lot of improvement, and as I said that earlier, when the previous time, that you need to accept yourself. Like, stammering is not a problem. Okay, you have to accept yourself. Like, you don't have to improve on your stammering. You have to. It's more like a challenge of accepting yourself. Whether you stammer or don't stammer, it's natural to you. Okay, that is the thing.
Yeah.
Once you accept yourself, I don't think there will be any problem. This whole thing, all the exercises you are doing, it's absolutely to accept yourself. You cannot hate that part, dislike that part. Maybe that hate has changed to dislike now. Maybe not even that, more than that. But I know that you have a problem in accepting that part of yourself. I hope that you accept that part.
Well, I have that problem of accepting myself, but I am in the process of accepting myself, and it's tough.
And everyone is in the process
Of
of
course.
accepting themselves. And I
Like,
am
I also have a
same.
problem.
Yeah.
I also have a problem when I go to sing in on stage. There are people. Okay, if I don't have the diary, I'll forget the lyrics, and if I don't concentrate on the readings of harmonium, I'll forget where I'm putting my fingers. I'll concentrate so much into it that it will lead me to forget where it was. So it's a flow, okay, and your being more conscious leads you out of that flow. And when you are out of that flow, every problem begins. Okay.
Yeah.
And for getting into the flow, you have to, your problem, like, the origin is some kind of same. If I am in front of a casual audience where mistakes don't matter, okay, then I'll be fine. But where mistakes matter, where I won't have a second chance, then it's a difficult thing. But here you have to realize that it is not a mistake to stammer. Okay, you will always have second, third, fourth, fifth, many chances to make yourself clear now. To make yourself clear, because it is not a competition. Speaking is not a competition. When particularly you are, public speaking. So I feel that is the thing. There is no exam.
Hmm?
It is not an exam.
Mhm.
Like, you have to prove yourself in front of someone. That scary thing inside. That I
Yeah.
cannot be wrong. I feel rejected. That has to be removed.
Yeah, basically the fight is with me,
Yes.
between
Yes.
me and me. And the fight
Yes.
is tough when the fight is with me than the others. Yeah, so Pallavi has joined just now. I have completed telling the entire story and you joined just now. And Akash also. Akash, do you want to say something?
I have a question.
Hmm.
Did you prepare for the story? I don't know what story you have told, but my question is, did you prepare for the story beforehand?
Yeah, I did. Like
I think that I think
expressions.
that
Go
that
on.
was the wrong part of that was the wrong part because you were choosing your comfort side beforehand before telling anything any story. I think you should start with a random topic or any unknown topic which you haven't guessed, you haven't told yourself, you haven't studied, and narrate it to the others. That would
Hmm.
be a better. idea. I think so. I don't know what you told. I just joined 10 minutes or 15 minutes before.
Well,
But that could I only suggest, and I think I heard Onudi. Her suggestion was the best among all of us, because if you want to change, you cannot change yourself for the others. You need to change for yourself only. That
yeah,
only I can tell you.
yeah. Okay, thank you,
If you are
Akash.
studying, if you are taking a next season or anything, better don't prepare and come.
Okay,
Just take a Bengali, speak in Bengali, Hindi, or any other language, but don't prepare.
sure. I will do it next time, and you have to come earlier that time. Okay,
Okay, okay. I just reach home at 5 p.m. So couldn't.
okay, okay. So, thank you for joining. Thank you, all of you. Well, you know, what I was thinking to say is that, uh, do you know there is a Kerala chief minister? There was a Kerala chief minister who used to stammer at every word, but he was so confident that when a reporter asked him that, sir, when did you stammer? He told that whenever I talk, and like he used to give speeches like that only, by stammering. And there are many more examples of people who stammer. So, yes,
Yeah, there are one. There, I don't know if you
yeah,
or not.
I also forgot the name.
There, yeah. Have you seen the King's Speech movie?
No,
You
send me
have
To
the.
to
watch
watch it.
that. We need to watch that.
Okay,
Making
আমাকে
speech.
পাঠিয়ে দিস, send me that link.
Sure, sure. Hmm. Making speech.
Okay, so thank you for coming. And আমি অলরেডি 1 ঘন্টার বেশি নিয়ে নিয়েছি টাইম। আমি বলেছিলাম খালি 30 মিনিট নেবো।
1 ঘন্টা 1 মিনিট নিয়েছিস।
হ্যাঁ, বেশি নিয়ে নিয়েছি টাইম। থ্যাংক ইউ এভরিওয়ান, অনুদি, নীলাদ্রি, শিপ্রা, তমালি, কুন্তল, আকাশ, যদিবতী পরে জয়েন করেছিস, আর পল্লবী কথাটা ছেড়েই দিলাম। ওকে, সো থ্যাংক ইউ,
Tata,
থ্যাংক ইউ, টাটা,
tata.
টাটা। আমি তাহলে এন্ড,
সায়োনারা।
সায়োনারা,
টাটা।
আমি এন্ড করে দিচ্ছি ফর এভরিওয়ান। ডাকছো মা?